Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 209 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of June 4th, 2023. I'm your host, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. Sorry, it's June 3rd. Always on Saturday. I'm the Admiral.
Well, usually.
No, always. With me, you just heard the lovely voice of Nicholas Wakefield. We also have Dean Massara and Tyler L. And, back by popular demand, 2026 Productions.
Hi. Hi, everyone. It's me. Hello.
It's me.
I knew you were going to say back by unpopular demand, so I cut you off at the pass. But...
Our popular demand.
Yeah.
Martha Dumptruck in the flesh.
Why is everyone so mean to me?
Not funny. Not funny.
I wanted to say that, but my brain, I wanted to say that for my introduction, and my brain didn't fire up in time, and now it did. Thank you, brain.
Perfect. Well, the train will terminate at this station. Alright, where are we?
Use your brain.
We are in Folkestone, Georgia, on the CSX De Junta subdivision. Yeah.
I'll be honest, I have no idea how I'm gonna cut that intro, because everyone was just talking all at the same time, and there was no, moment of quiet after I said the train will terminate at this station for me to cut easily. That's gonna sound like hell, for
Anyway,
everyone.
hilarious.
Again.
We're not doing it again. We're doing it. We're doing it live.
I want to do it again.
No, it's too bad. Class of Mantle Responsibility. There were 3 incidents. It's actually not that many. Unsurprisingly, though, NS had one of them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Good job, gang.
Yeah. None of their crew was injured in the crash, but they, I think, killed someone. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they hit a semi-truck.
No.
So that was May 21st, and they just rolled the whole train over. The following day, CSX did something heinous. Not intentional, obviously, but they slammed into a car carrier, and the cars on it were just all, vintage stuff going to a TV show, I guess, allegedly.
Oh, yeah.
That's really upsetting. I'm trying to get to the video now, but yeah, it's all it looks like, what, 80s or 70s cars?
Yeah.
They got creamed by the train. It's very, very sad, very unfortunate. It's not like they didn't have plenty of time. I can't... People keep pointing out that no one seemed to have tried to call the dispatch. Listen, if your car is stuck on a railroad crossing, or if you see a car stuck on a railroad crossing, yes, maintain a safe distance.
And not call the police.
But yeah, I mean, there is a little placard on every railroad crossing with the phone number of the railroad and the name of the crossing, or the sort of alphanumeric code. You can call them and say, there is a car stuck on this crossing, and they'll know where that is, and they'll not plow a train into it, probably.
Unless you call them and there's already a train coming and they can't stop it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
What you do is you use jumper cables.
What you do is you jump off of a bridge.
What you do is you bend one of the rails out of the way so that the train will derail and not hit the cars.
Oh shit, there's a train coming.
A local orphanage and killed millions.
Yeah, exactly. Millions! That's a big orphanage.
This guy went around the gates. Ooh.
This guy... Wait, what? Am I not live? Okay. Oh, I'm not live. I'm not live on the stream. There it is.
Bruh. There's another one.
Anyway, that was the second one, and then the third one was also CSX. They derailed somewhere.
Who doesn't have the mantle.
Blocked some crossings. But yeah, notably, NS was the partial holder of the mantle until this week. Now they are deconsecrated, and CPKC, unsurprisingly, is the full holder of the mantle.
Yeah, what is it with CPKC and, not sucking?
They
God bless them.
Yeah, they just took the 2 best railroads and made them a railroad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Honestly,
like Kansas.
Like,
I mean,
Kansas-
they derailed like a day after the murder, didn't they?
Yeah,
Okay,
did.
that's fine.
Since
Some
then.
teething troubles.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, here's the thing. Like, you have to. Kansas City Southern is an anomaly. Is an anomaly. It's a great railroad. It survived this long. It deserves to have everything good come
it's
its way.
like
And
I hate saying it, but the more I continue on with the existence of CPKC, the more I realize that it is a pretty solid railroad.
it is.
Like,
I mean, it
was
looks
a
like a
pretty-
really
it
good
was a
merger
pretty
mania system.
solid idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's a kind of an unpopular opinion,
Is it?
but
I don't know. I guess it is. I don't know. I feel like it's all right.
I would say though, the used to be best railroad, Pan Am.
Yes.
No.
Obviously.
no,
They
but-
were-
Some
they were
couldn't
definitely-
dispatch a train around a Christmas tree.
They were definitely the best at being the worst.
They have covered wagons. They're based.
By the way, I think it seems fairly obvious to me the train hitting the movie cars is the winner for this week.
Okay, but consider the following: the video for the CSX one,
Yeah.
where it's just the roller bearing like disintegrating.
Oh yeah.
that one is good. Actually, that one I agree with Tyler. I think that one should take the cake.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Amanda,
The
thanks for
second
joining us here.
CSX wreck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one that is at that was at outside of Waycross, Georgia, which
Oh, the
actually
one
isn't
where-
very far from where the camera is.
Yeah.
I haven't
Let me see
seen
if I
that
can-
video.
Let me
You
pull
haven't
it
seen
up.
it?
No, it wasn't. It's not in the list here.
Oh,
Copy the link, paste the link. There you go. Terminus.
Oh, that's loud. I don't have a way to really share this with the audience, but
And
Open
then
it up.
it's
oh wait,
just
I can do this.
glowing.
Hold on, I'll copy the link. It'll be in the cargoes. It'll be in the cargoes alongside the other thing. You should be able to click on that link. And yeah, no, that's not good. That's a little bit warmer than you'd hope.
Just a
Oh,
bit.
just a little bit.
I mean,
and
given
who
like
the fuck care about it?
given the wake of East Palestine, you'd imagine that they'd want to maybe pay a little bit more attention to the bearings.
Oh, God, no.
maybe.
Have you met the
Check
railroad?
the-
Yeah, what were you, Julius? What were you saying about? What were we talking about earlier? Like right before the podcast started, that CSX is the good guys now.
Yeah, I was like, CSX kind of seems like they're pretty cool nowadays.
Yeah.
I
And
don't
then
really have
they
any-
do this.
I still think they're kind of cool.
They are pretty cool. You should model them. Anyway, speaking of modeling, has anyone been modeling lately?
I have, but I'll let Ryan go first.
What is it?
29 first, whatever you
Blah
want.
blah blah. Let's see. So I'll see if I can send the photo. But recently, because I made friends with a British boomer, I was able to get my hands on a Bachmann JS Mikado.
Oh no.
Which for those who don't know, the Bachmann China range is incredibly, how do we say it?
It exists.
Elusive. Yeah,
Yes.
it's elusive. Where should I put the photo?
Terminus podcast.
All right, hold on. Discord, stop having a moment. Thank you. But yeah, here it is.
Welcome.
It's a little damaged. It's going to be sent to one Jacob Durbin very soon for the
Yay.
Durbin locomotive work. Because I'm going to be
Yes.
getting it with sound and all kinds of cool things. And it generally needs some touch up on some detail stuff. There it is. And it completes the Chinese collection, meaning that I have now a Chinese steam locomotive that, like, from every I have all these steam locomotives that Bachmann China's produced, and I'm happy about that.
I thought
That's
you were
pretty
still
cool.
looking for
That
an
actually is
SY.
really cool.
My SY is like I love my SY dearly, but unfortunately, like, I think it's starting to show signs of shorting, and like it can't haul for shit.
Is it a Bachmann?
Yes.
Oh,
It's the only-
that would explain why.
Yeah. And unfortunately, like, new SY, like, there is a seller on eBay who is selling Bachmann China stuff, but for like $460 a pop.
Oh
Did you say who or?
no, I just
Yeah.
Just
Surprised noise. I concur.
He's called him a hoe.
Yeah.
That's it.
But yeah, I'm so sorry for spearheading this section. I didn't mean to interrupt anyone, but yeah.
Oh, how
that's
dare
recent.
you? Yeah, how dare you contribute to the podcast that you're on?
Sorry. Just making. I don't want to overstep my bounds. Not yet, anyways.
No, you're doing great.
We will tell you. But no,
How dare you participate in a podcast
Yeah.
that encourages participation?
It's definitely better than the alternative. Speaking of which, what has everyone else been doing? Because I've been doing bugger all except for Tolbrand, where I had I was playing 5D chess with the AI the other day. I feel like I got nothing done, but I did lots of calculation.
I've kind of been on a modeling kick, but I started painting a model because as much as I want to go to Jader for my models, and I probably will for a couple Steam engines, I've decided it's kind of important also to learn how to do it myself. I'm probably gonna have someone paint a couple more engines for me at some point. I'm hoping I have a Jivo somewhere around. Oh, it's right over here on the table. It's currently in City Rail, and I bought it to be City Rail, but then I realized I want a model 2022, and City Rail doesn't exist on locomotives anymore. And I don't want to make patch out for CN because that's boring, you know. So, because CN owns the City Rail Chivos now, right? So, well, I have my own freelance railroad, so I'm gonna have someone paint it for that probably at some point in the future, probably in the fall when I start working again. I'll probably pay someone to do that. But anyway, I also have a SD70 Mac sitting over on a table that I'm painting. And that's kind of going swimmingly. I screwed up primering it.
Oh.
So I soaked it in isopropyl alcohol like you're supposed to. I primered it, and then immediately screwed up the primering. So I have to do it again. So it's sitting in isopropyl until I can unscrew up the primering. But I'm getting there.
Hey!
And that's all that's important, really.
What do you suggest for primer?
I use Krylon. Krylon Surface Primer.
Excellent.
That's worked
this
well.
episode's sponsored by Krylon Surface Primer.
I've got everything else primered. I only screwed up the shell. Problem is, I have a dude who's painting some models for me right now, and he's painting and weathering them, and he hasn't gotten back to me yet. So I don't really have a way of decaling it or doing any of that because it's just going to sit there painted for a while without decals, and I can't weather it until the decals are on. So he's just going to kind of sit there, but I probably won't do much weathering because a lot pretty popular. It's an SD70 Mac. It's a Kato SD70 Mac, but a popular rebuild program for these SD70 Macs is rebuilding them into SD70 MACEs, Mesas as they're called. And I kind of want to have a Mace, SD70 Mace. So what I'll probably do is I probably will just keep it pretty clean. I'll probably apply a couple coats of dual coat, and I probably won't do much weathering to make it look fresh. And that's both because I have not quite been able to figure out weathering yet. I keep thinking like I see these YouTube videos from like Daniel's Railroad 2011, who's a really really good like very artistic person, and I look at his weathering and I say, yeah, that's pretty easy. Like, it doesn't seem that bad. I can do that. And then I try it, and it's like, well, that looks like shit, and I've just ruined a $40 rail car.
Yeah.
And that's happened to me about twice, where I've just screwed up this really nice rail car because I tried weathering it and failed miserably. But it's fine. So I'm getting there, and I'm learning, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of time to rail fan in the fall, but I did do more thinking about the logistics of Mountain Pacific. I finally ironed out the symbol system. I think I reviewed it with Ellis, but I finally got a symbol system that I really dig. And I finally kind of feel confident with my logistics. I have two of the three models I commissioned back. Unfortunately, the ET44, which is sitting up on my, I don't have any pictures, but it's sitting up on this file cabinet in my room. The screw for the front plow is stripped, and it kind of doesn't look as good as I would have liked, so it's kind of out of commission and will remain out of commission, unfortunately.
Sad.
But It's okay. It happens, and I mean, I'm disappointed for sure, but oh well. Um, and yeah. Other than that, if you don't mind, I keep talking. I have some other stuff I'd like to talk about too.
Yeah, I mean, the MPL stuff is always cool to hear about, and I like how you're putting more thought into it than like
I keep
I want a
thinking,
thing in my own paint scheme, you know?
I keep thinking, this is just so much work. Like I don't want to do it anymore, and then I want to change my model. And I finally, it's like, well, you've already put like $500 into these models, and I saw a picture. In fact, actually, I do have pictures I'll show about MPL. For those unaware, which I'm assuming is about everybody in this call, except for the ones who talk to me most, so that would be everybody. It would be probably everybody but Ryan and Dean. Ryan, is that what you want me to call you, or do you want me to call you something else? By the way.
Ryan works. Love it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't want me calling you something else. So
I appreciate the thought.
this is MPL on Gary Peterson's Salt Lake Southern Motor Railroad. I ran a train across the railroad just because I was bored, and he left.
Nice.
And so I look at these pictures and I was like, man, I looked at these pictures and I was like, I've literally never been more satisfied than this moment when I'm sitting here looking at these models, and I want to do this. So I'm going to, and I'm going to stick with it. It's just like, it's expensive and it's time consuming, and I mean, I'm going to have to pay for someone to paint my next few models, and that's just the way it is, just because I'm not there with my skill level. But I'm confident in it. Anyway, on another note,
I don't know why I've never like looked intensely at the MPL stuff that you've shown pictures of, but not only is it super well done, all I can think is Bumblebee. It just looks like a big bee. It's red, it's black and yellow. You have purchased enormous Jivo Bumblebees, and I'm here for it. This chat is full of bees.
I am going to I'll probably bring these to Rhode Island, I'm assuming, when I visit Rhode Island. Which I have to get to my travel plans, because I want to talk about those too. So that's next. But when I come to Rhode Island, and I'm assuming, I'll have my dad with me again. I'm assuming we'll spend some time at the PN, just because we always do.
Of course.
It's kind of a requisite.
It's kind of a requisite when you go to Rhode Island, is to visit the PN, and so I figure I'll probably run these. I'll probably bring a couple locomotives to come run at the PN. Probably my SC70M-2 and my -9, which I've got to throw PTC antennas on top of because I'm a nerd. But anyway, speaking of travel plans, I also have a pretty big trip planned this summer, like a huge one. So because the wedding was kind of somewhere inconvenient for me, it's kind of hard for me to get to West Virginia cheaply. I think I was looking at flights. For one person, it was like $2,000.
I mean, you could have just flown here and then driven with me.
I should have. But it's too late, and it would have just been me, and I didn't have the money to get the tickets at the time.
Sad.
Which, of course, I probably would have. If I was in my current financial situation then yeah, I'd be going to the wedding.
Yeah, we're gonna
but
miss you.
But unfortunately, it doesn't quite work like that. Which is unfortunate.
It can
I would
with
have
the
loved to
power
have
of
gone.
credit cards. Just kidding. Don't do that.
Don't run the
But anyway, so the 20th of this month, I'm leaving to go visit my grandpa up in Ephrata, Washington, and that's not going to be a railfan trip, but I will probably sneak to the train tracks at least once or twice while I'm there. Like, I'm bringing my camera just in case I see something, which will be fun. And then on the 27th, I'm going down to Phoenix to visit Carly for the weekend, and I'll probably once again sneak trackside for a few hours. I am going back up to Flagstaff, so I'm sure I'll go trackside then and whatever. And then after I get back from that trip, I am taking Grand Railfan Trip Extraordinaire. Because my dad and I are both very avid rail fans, and we like taking trips. We've kind of lately been trying to take a trip a year, just him and I, out to some spot we want to railfan and railfanning there. And this trip is to the Midwest. So we leave July 6th, and we are going to our first stop is in Cheyenne for the night. And then we're going to Concordia, Kansas, going to check into the hotel there, and then we're going to go to the Spring Creek Train Show on July 8th in Deschler, Nebraska, which is cool. I'm looking forward to that, and that'll be fun.
When
And
are you
then-
going to Tennessee?
What?
I said, when are you coming to Tennessee?
I mean, you could come see us. I won't be that far from you.
Where?
I'll get there. And Kevon said he was going to come up at least one day. But anyway, after that, I go. So after I leave that trip, I go to Poteau, Oklahoma. And if you're not familiar, I know Poteau, Oklahoma doesn't exactly ring bells with most people, and that's completely fair. Poteau, Oklahoma is on the former Kansas City Southern, now CPKC Midwest Division. And obviously this trip, when we planned this trip about a year ago, it was kind of before when we knew CPKC was going to be a thing, so we assumed that it would probably not be till the end of this year that KCS would fade out of existence. And obviously that didn't end up happening like that because they really fast-tracked the merger. No pun intended. And so now we're going, and we're not going to see KCS. I'm assuming it's probably going to be mostly CP, but we're going to capture the early year, or the first 6 months of the CPKC merger, which would be kind of cool. I'm hoping for some good rainbow lash-ups, and I'll be satisfied if I can get one KCS lash-up, all KCS lash-up, and I don't think that's unreasonable. We're going to chase some Fort Smith Dodger, which is the train that runs out of Poteau every day, and that should have KCS power. If it doesn't, it'll have CP Jeeps and maybe mixed with KCS, and that will be cool too. Anyway, we're doing that for 5 days. Kevon said he was going to hopefully try to come up one day because it's only like 3 hours from where he's at. And if you want to visit me at either of these things, feel free. I'm in the Discord. Just shoot me a
Show
message. After
You
that,
should go find Pat in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
where's Pat at? Is he in OKC?
I think he's in OKC. Just look for the man wearing 17 hats at once.
And then
I would normally cut.
after we do that, we drive to Kansas City for 3 days. I have a couple of things I want to see. I want to see the NS-BNSF joint line that runs out of Kansas City. Mostly because I want to. I've railfanned NS if you count railfanning the PAS, which is an NS train. That is an NS crew and an NS. It's a Pan Am PAS crew, but an NS train. So I count it, but I want to finally knock down and say I've railfanned the Norfolk Southern because that's the one. That's the one Class 1 I've never railfanned is Kansas City Southern.
Yeah, good luck. I hope you
Or
survive.
not Kansas City Southern. NS. So we're going to do that, and then we're probably going to visit Midwest Model Railroad, which is a big train store in the Kansas City area. And then we're going to head to Royals game the night before we leave. Then we leave. We drive back through Denver. We're spending a night in Denver. And then, yeah. Then we drive back to Utah. That's the trip.
That's a hell of
And
a
that's all I really have to talk about.
Well, that was quite
Yes,
something.
The closest you'd be to me would probably up in like Oklahoma. So I
You
can't
can
make
go drive
my
to
car.
Oklahoma with your broken car.
My car transmission just like gives out. Nope.
Yeah. Well, then you have to. Just.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You
No.
leave with not a Volvo, and you come home with a Volvo.
No.
Tyler.
It's not happening.
What is this? Is this the frames for? Oh no, I know what it is.
This is
So-
what the render.
Yeah, the render.
That is a Japanese National Railways C57 class that I'm working on.
With
And the
the,
reason
with,
why
It has a
Um,
east.
Is because East has been doing things over the
what-
ocean.
Question: what is a C-57?
Let me get an image up for you.
I'm gonna hedge it and say it's a that looks to be a 10 Penguin.
it's a
No, it
Pacific
is a
or Hudson?
Pacific.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
It
charming.
is a Pacific. Here's an image of 180.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
These are called the lady for a reason. Grand
You're
lady.
The
adorable,
lady's nuts across your face.
I'm
All right.
laughing so hard on this.
Yeah,
That
for
was
those
literally
for
so
those who
funny.
don't know, my son Israel is in Japan right now and just sending Tyler copious. Like he's ostensibly there on vacation, but he's actually there on a research mission for Tyler.
Yes, every single time.
Is he
he
on
goes to the
vacation,
museum,
like-
I give him a list of.
Or is he there
Hey,
for school stuff?
He's there partially for school stuff. The school stuff is going to end pretty soon, and then goes on cruise, comes back, has like a week or two more shenanigans. Some other of our friends are going over to hang with him in that latter time, and then they all head home.
Mhm.
But yeah, so is in the photos of stuff that East has been able to acquire. There is 2 of a diagram book, of which is very expensive out here in the West, but is close to about $80 over there. So, I saved a lot of money because East was able to find this during the story as it went. I'm playing GeoGuessr with some of my friends from high school.
Your friend,
And
Taylor?
apparently, yes. And
Yeah,
he
I'm one of
sends
them.
me a message, hey, I'm at this shop. What do you want me to look for? And I'm trying to send back, hey, look for this book. The second round GeoGuessr comes on. We're in the Rail Museum Saitama, which is one of the biggest museums in Japan for rail stuff. And I immediately know where we are. Nobody else knows because it's on the second floor, and actually looking at it later, there's no way you can get to the first floor. There's no way you can know you're in Saitama. So it's like cheat codes. And then I having the best time of my life going through that museum for like 2 minutes virtually. And I come back and he's found the book.
Hey,
And then the other room, the third image is Museum in Hokkaido.
I
He's
literally thought you
found-
just said Al Qaeda.
No, Hokkaido, the wild north. East found a
Nerd
room
alert.
where they basically took apart a D-51 class and put all the parts out, so they have a lot more reference material. And then they'll just be happy they used the base signal system.
Yes, I did see that. It's amazing where PLs end up. Like,
It is.
they just sort of crop up all over the world, even. Mostly just the dwarf boards, but the full-on circular position light is a really interesting one to see
The
halfway
world
across
tour.
the planet.
it's fine. It's just it got a little lost.
No, it's spreading the good word.
Yes, exactly. It's, again, the standard railroad of the world.
Yes.
I would bring up the Penzi engines that East have
Standard
seen, but
standards.
that's a story for another time. Though.
The what?
I'll let them tell that later.
Okay,
I'll let them tell that later.
okay.
Sadly,
I
it's
see.
not like B6. What is
No,
it?
it's not
Is
the
it?
Manchurian engines.
Yeah, it's not the Manchurian.
Lost
Okay,
Manchurian
actually, does
voice.
anyone have any photos? Okay, side tangent here. Does anyone actually have any photos of them in their South Manchurian garb? Like, I've been trying to find some.
I've been looking too. I can't find any. I'm so annoyed. I know they have to be out there. They have to be out there, but I don't know where.
The last between these things and the Yugoslavian S100 ripoffs that ended up at the aquarium in Canada, these are like lost engines that we need to know
Lost
what happened
media.
to them.
Yes.
I especially with the South Manchurian ones, I'm trying to piece together whether or not they actually, like, how far did they make it? Like, how long did they make it? Because China liked to keep things around for stupid long.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
So-
a good question. I feel like they would have dropped off early because it was only a set of 30, and then
Yeah.
you have everything else was like highly standardized.
But I think it would be
Based.
incredibly funny to have ex-Penzi steam locomotives exist in a time of Penn Central.
That would be hilarious.
I need to know, did the
Excuse me.
historical borders of Manchuria did not include any of Korea, right?
Let me think about that.
Because what I'm finding is no, but I'm just thinking, like, maybe what if Kim Jong Un owns a couple of PRR engines?
Maybe. Who
And
knows?
To like,
What?
oh no.
We're all familiar with the, like, urban legend of the Erie K5 in Korea, right?
Yes.
No.
Go on.
Oh, you.
Oh, so there's, like, it's been tossed. I have no idea where this originated. Tyler might be more apt to describe this.
think it was. I know it was on like a railway preservation news forum. I think.
Yeah,
Or-
all good things start there, as we know.
Yes.
But like for like a decent time, there was like this running urban legend that like a singular Erie K5 Pacific like was sent to Korea, and like
Here we go.
it was
Railway
there.
preservation news.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. And yeah, so it was like kind of interesting. Oh, you can tell how old this is.
That's
AOL.
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Supposedly 25-24, and then
We need
Yeah.
to find some 113s over there.
Speaking of
Unfortunately,
113,
the website does not exist anymore. The HTTP website, maybe
Oh.
because it's misspelled. I don't know, but I hope I didn't just give my computer a virus. But but what is it? Yeah, like overall, it's kind of fun to ponder, and like there's still. We know that these engines, I think, have been long scrapped, but like the New Haven 10-wheelers in Australia.
Yeah.
yeah.
If only some of these things had survived, we wouldn't have the only surviving New Haven steam locomotive be the Daniel Nason.
Oh,
Something
here we
to bring
go
it
as
home.
well. This is another one of them. I was stationed at Camp Liberty Bell on the DMZ in 1984. I remember seeing a locomotive visitor center at Freda Bridge. It was a 462 with a Vanderbilt tender. Would have been 25-24.
based tender design ever.
No, not correct.
Ellis, you have an unfair
Julius,
hatred of them.
I do. Why did you say 113 earlier?
Because I found out, by the way, somebody said 113, and I found out that Scale Trains is making, when they're in their latest AC44 release, one of the CSX ones they're doing is 113.
Oh, God damn it.
And I want to get it.
I think you have to now. I don't want you to, but I think you have to.
East is not
It's
going
law.
to visit D51 113, and I'm kind of sad.
Oh, that's disappointing. Why did he even go there then? All right. Well, we're a little bit out of time for this segment. It's what?
Nuh-uh.
What? What do you want?
We're not out of time. Nuh-uh.
All right. Well,
I hope I didn't rob anyone's airtime with this.
No,
I
you-
talked too much, sorry.
I mean, no. If it was, if you robbed anyone's airtime, it was Dean's, and that's not important.
Well, I mean, I don't have anything anyway, so it's no big deal.
See.
I'm very boring.
Anyway,
man.
back to the place where the legend of 113 began. It's time for.
There it is.
Anyway, today we have 3713 versus 2317, both denizens of Steamtown.
Come on, 2317.
Yeah, we'll
Come
see how this
on!
goes. I wonder how
Who's
this.
playing who?
I mean, I'm gonna do 3713. I don't know
Obvious,
about
that's
the
obvious.
other one.
Can I take 2317?
Oh, you
please?
Of course
can
you
be
can.
my guest.
Come on, 2317.
I don't want to
I-
be mean
you're
to
like the-
Ryan. Oh well.
No, it's
Okay.
fine. I've got style points. I've got a plan.
You've got to...
I'm gonna save it with
Alright.
style points.
Are you going to beat the
Everybody picks that.
Constitution?
Oh god.
Probably not, but it'll be
Because the
funny.
Constitution constitutes my lack of insanity.
Huzzah! Her
What?
sides are made of iron.
Hold on. Let me get a good
Oh, shit.
picture of 3713. There's it in Vermont. There's a whole bunch of pictures of K and L.
Hey, D3C found him. All right, he will become real.
All right,
Oh,
put images of your locos in the
I'm
podcast
trying
chat.
to find a good image.
Just use a KNL image.
No, I don't want to do a
No.
K&L image. I want an actual photo of 3713. There's the
This
there's
one-
that one.
this-
That's all crunchy.
These images of 2317, yeah, they are crunchy. I concur. Here's
You know
one.
what else is crunchy?
I don't want you to
Potato
finish
chips.
that
Your
sentence.
balls.
Potato chips.
There it
what,
is.
What did you think I was going to say, you
I
dirty,
just didn't want you to
Dot, dot.
finish it. Thank you.
dirty birdie?
All right,
This
let's
is
see if I can pull
this is
this
not
off.
the best
I'm
photo, but I
hope-
kind of want to use it. So
I don't know.
Is it
it's
just
got, it's
ugly?
got the smoke deflectors.
I
Oh, I
hate that
I
you had to
fucking-
choose a smoke
I-
deflector.
I forget that you actually have smoke deflectors in Skyline
They're
casing.
like-
I forgot.
They're like
Oh,
the worst
no.
versions
This is-
of them.
They're so
E&M.
funny looking.
I like the P2s. I do not like the P4s.
They're not funny looking.
Oh,
They're
wait,
stupid.
hold on.
I hate it.
Hold on.
Oh, I hate it.
Aha! Ellis,
What?
you laugh. You laugh. Look at this. Look at this.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I forgot about that.
Ha ha!
Well, you know what? I'm
Dude,
glad I have a
worse.
photo of myself with the smoke deflectors so I can counter your smoke deflectors.
Oh my
I just
God.
want a picture of the other side.
All right,
You
I'm pulling
too.
out all. I'm gonna summon Matt. Matt,
No!
Matt, you got.
Don't summon
you gotta-
Matt!
he's got to have. He knows tourist roads as well as I do. He's got to have something on 2317. He's gotta. Wait. Oh. I've got a plan.
This photo of 37.
Let him
Okay.
cook.
Let him cook.
Okay.
Alright. I'm still gonna stick with the whenever this version is so that I can have the points for Skyline and Doodad, but I have another photo
Alright.
for the other side of the locomotive because I wasn't sure if I had a couple of fixins. Anyway, so Tyler, could you keep score, please?
Of course. I believe it would be only fair to let 2317 go first.
I mean, I don't like that, but yeah, it would be.
Okay. All right. Engine weight.
Engine weight, yeah, this is going to be a great start. 339, 200.
All right, hold on. Let me just make sure I'm looking at the right class. Yep. All right. Engine weight. I've got for 2317. I've got. Do I read out the whole thing?
Yeah, just the pounds, but yeah.
The pound is the first one.
Yes.
Yes.
299,000.
Well, there's a
Alrighty.
difference there.
1-0. Ryan, it's your call again.
And weight on drivers.
209,500 pounds.
181, 500,000.
Mm-hmm.
Again to Ryan. What's your next call?
I'll do engine wheelbase.
Engine wheelbase. That would be
Wheelbase.
36.92 feet.
34.50.
Mm-hmm.
Another point to Ryan. Next call.
Driver wheelbase.
14 feet even.
13.17.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Slightly close. Okay.
Ratio.
Ryan.
Minimum weight of rail.
Oh, a freaking lot. 116.
101.
101.
That's not even fair.
That's
Come on,
light.
2317. Come on.
Okay, Ryan. Next go. What do you got?
Total engine and tender weight.
Total engine and tender weight. 240. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. I was going to say that's less than my engine. Total engine and tender weight is 580,000 pounds.
Charming. 477,000, even for me.
So are we sure that the B&M didn't just secretly build Pacifics for the Penzi?
Well, I think they secretly built Northerns and then put the wrong wheels on them.
That's
Sounds
fair.
par for the course. Okay.
Again.
Tender loaded weight.
Tender loaded weight is 240,800 pounds.
Jesus fucking Christ. Mine is 178,000.
178,000, huh? Alright.
I'm rapidly running out. Shit. Hold on. Have I already called engine wheelbase?
Yes.
Shit. Hold on.
3 more points and the markers go up. Oh wait,
No.
no.
No,
I've got a
wrong.
question.
Hold on. Give year.
Year
Go for it.
built.
What's the
1934.
Shit, I forgot yours is modern. Mine's 1919.
1919. Alright, yay, I got a
Point to
point.
Ellis.
What am I gonna do? Oh,
You're
shit,
gonna
I
break
thought
the
I-
track.
The
I
obvious.
thought I had something that I actually do not have. Well, you know what I do have? I have a booster. Which isn't listed in the Locobase page, but I know I have one. So I don't know how strong it is, but it's there.
Does 2317 have a booster?
I don't. From the photos I can see, I don't know.
No.
It would be
Probably-
listed on the Steam Loco page if you had booster tractive effort.
Ideally.
It's-
Let me take a look. I can't.
It would be underneath tractive effort, but no, I don't think they have a booster.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
it's not
trying-
listed on here.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
trying to find. Yeah, it's not. Unfortunately.
what are your...
Okay.
Oh god, okay, I need to... Oh, driver diameter.
Common.
Yeah.
75.
80!
Yeah.
What is your... You know what, let's do the ones that I feel like I know I'm gonna win. Firebox area.
Firebox area. That is going to be 297.60.
320. Great area.
65.
66.9. What
Close.
is your
Nice.
evaporative heating surface?
3,530.
3,848. What is your combined heating surface?
4,333.
Okay, 4,814. What is your superheating surface?
Oh fuck. 803. 803.
966. Okay. I feel like
87 L's is up 1.
I'm up 1. Okay.
Yes.
I feel like I should be able to go through the power stats also, because this thing's big and mean and bad. But yeah, you know what? I should probably just do the stats that I'm fairly confident about before gambling. I feel like people gamble too early in these. Robert Lambert's power computation.
Mine is 13,000.
17,394. Same as above.
You said Robert.
Yeah,
You said Robert Lee. Yeah.
Robert
yeah,
Lambert's. Next one down. Same as above plus superhero percentage.
15,470.
20,873. Same as above, but firebox substitute firebox area for great area.
70,829.
99,840.
What is Steamtown's business owning this thing?
They should just run it from there to Boston and back. Is what they should do over the B&M. I would pay so much money. Speaking of which, you know what we didn't talk about? We didn't talk about, and it's not even in the topics. The auction for the Big Boy cab ride. I feel like that.
Yes.
That should be something that is at least mentioned.
I'll mention it. I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
What is your... Okay. I'm Power L1, I guess.
17,965.
Okay, I was worried for no reason. 36,423. Alright, I'm not going to do Power MT because I'm concerned about it. How big are your cylinders? High pressure cylinders. Oh shoot, I should...
Great question. We're going to figure that out. 25 by 30.
No! Damn it! I was like, I should have called one more before doing that. 23 by 28.
Holy shit. All right, we're back.
You are back.
Alright, it is. There are 20 points on the board. It's 8 to 12.
Damn it!
Style points is available if you want to take it, Ryan, or you can keep calling stats.
Keep going stats, Ryan.
I might do that because I think, what is it? Looking at the photo, probably not that stat because actually I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here. What's your valve gear?
Oh, it's wall shirts.
Oh, wall shirts. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
1-1.
No
Yeah.
point. Alright, then it's my
No
turn,
point.
and I want to ask, what is your boiler pressure?
Oh, God.
You 200.
260.
Yeah.
Well, and
the hell is
you've got those
200?
big old cylinders. What is your evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume?
207.16.
285.88. Alright, do I want to do anything else
217,
before we
no.
leave? Oh yeah, what is your loco base ID?
Great question. We're about to figure that out. Mine is 2738.
131. Okay.
Ba-da-ba-da.
Can I do anything else? Because I know I'm gonna need a lead to get in front of Ryan's style points. Surely. I just don't know what else I can win. Oh wait a minute. Let me look at this really quick. Yeah, let me do this. Let me. What is your tender fuel capacity?
Oh, we might be fucked. 12.
18.5. And
Damn it. All right.
And I'm self-conscious about the water capacity, so I'm not going to do it. What is your... I'll do it. Power MT.
654.64.
Wow, that's bad. 1149.86. Okay, then. Flue tube length?
That'll be flue tube length. That is going to be 18.41.
Okay, and 20. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else I should be reasonably calling here. There's a couple of things I want to roll the dice on, but I don't want to be rolling the dice. Tyler, what is the current score?
It is 18-8. You have a 10-point
Okay,
lead.
yeah. Okay, I feel better about this. I think we'll go to style points.
All right, but first.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What's first?
First is
So-
judge's choice.
Yeah, Dean, do you have any stats you'd like to hear first? Because I have a stat that I'd like to hear, of course.
You go first.
Number and class.
Oh, 10.
Ah, a shaman. All right, number in class. So want 26.
Yeah, I knew it was more than 10.
Uh-huh. Go on, 2317, win.
All right, Dean.
Did y'all do tender capacities or no?
We did fuel, but not water.
Okay, water capacity.
12,000.
No. Well, you said how much? 12,000.
Yeah.
Mine is. I've got 9,600.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I was worried. Take the point.
Yeah,
So Gillies,
Oh, Chili's is not here.
come.
so let's just watch this.
I mean-
It's a video of a paratrooper Arasaka then.
You know what? He can ask when he gets back. We should do some style points.
All right, style points.
I have a Skyline casing.
Fine.
Yay!
I don't like it. It's not a good skyline casing, but I'll give you the point for that.
I have a
Well,
hat.
You have a. Oh, you do have a hat.
You do
Yeah.
have a hat. You
I have-
sure?
But
Yeah,
I've gotten a
yeah,
list.
yeah.
Oh,
do we not both have feed water heaters though?
Let's see.
I can't
here.
imagine that I don't have a feed water heater.
I think we do.
It's
It's just hard to
B&M.
see.
This
Yeah.
is. You need to get me better photos. All of
I'm
these photos are like.
sorry, they're not very good. Where's the K&L model?
Oh,
Nice.
God.
Oh sure, now with the KNL model.
Well,
Yeah,
it's a,
sure.
it's a
go ahead.
good photo. It's a good thing. I honestly, I don't know. I assume if I have one, it's in the smoke box, but I can't tell.
what is
Ryan
it?
has
Hold
an
on.
all but a
Actually,
cab.
Alice, you do have it. Alice, you have an embedded. You have one. You have an embedded coffin behind the smoke box front.
yes. I have. Damn you. Oh, okay. There we go.
Oh, he
Coffin feed water
does.
heater concealed in the smoke box. There, I just found it in the
Yeah.
thing.
I
Now imagine if they
the
built these
locomotive.
things with the external hoodie. How great would that
Oh
be?
no!
I
Give
have.
me multiple P2s over this, please.
I just noticed Ryan's tender is 6-axle, Alice's is 4.
Wait, what? No, my tender's 4-axle. Alice's. We both have 4-axle.
We both have
tenders, I
4
think.
axles.
In the
It depends.
in the,
It's on the photo with the smoke deflectors, you have 6-axle.
Okay.
yeah.
I'm gonna assume
I mean-
Brian
Weird.
is using the smoke deflector version so that he can have the smoke deflector point.
Screw it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll take this smoke. I'll take my smoke. Well, because isn't the smoke deflector point going to be 1-1 for each? Because we both had smoke deflectors.
Yeah, well, it's a wash.
I
Also,
just
that is
want-
a different tender
yeah.
on there, though. Yeah, this is tough when we get to a certain locomotive at a certain point in time for narrowing down
Well-
locomotive versus that much. But
I mean,
a narrowing down cookie.
yeah,
what is it? Yeah.
I have.
Let's see.
Dean pointed out that you have an all-weather cap, so you should get that point.
Yeah.
I
I would take my all-weather cap point.
I have I have something that you don't have, which is a power reverse.
Really? Oh my god.
Are you sure?
I am looking at the reverse linkage, and there is no cylinder there on
Yeah,
2317.
it just goes straight into the thingy though.
Straight to the
rod.
banana.
Yeah,
Let's see here.
that's terrible.
Surprises me. I thought that let's see here. I think it does. At least later on. Let me check.
I don't know, but I don't think so. Either way, it's probably because it has a screw reverse.
Goes always back.
Yeah, it
but-
does have a screw
but there's-
reverse.
Yeah, so then it probably doesn't need a power reverse.
What's
No,
the
you would
noise?
still
What's that?
want one. It's
Yeah.
just the screw reverse gives you a finer adjustment.
Well, Ryan gets a point for a screw, which I shouldn't have said anything, but I wanted to keep Tyler from investigating the power reverse.
yeah.
Let's see, what else do I have? We both have operated in preservation.
when
wait,
did
wait,
does
no,
3713 operate?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
was gonna say.
yeah.
When?
Early on in Steamtown, or early on in, Blount owning it.
Wait,
I believe.
No, it didn't, because
No?
it was sent to Eddyville. It was sent to Eddyville.
Oh, okay. I always thought he ran it in preservation.
He ran the G5s in
He
preservation.
did run the G5s in preservation.
Yeah, because 3713 was because I know this because I bought a Steamtown book, because Patrick McGinnis, he's not all evil, because he actually made special arrangement to save 3713 because he was on the board of Eddyville.
Oh, okay.
So can I take my run in
Yeah,
preservation?
yeah,
point?
absolutely. You can
Yes.
take that. I don't know why I thought it did a couple runs in preservation, but no, it lived at the Museum of Science for many years.
Okay, I've got two points that I'm gonna call, and I know this might be a little what is it? I know this might be a little pushing it, but I'm gonna try it. Hold on. I need to it's a very specific photo I'm looking for. But 2317 did double head with the British 440 at Steamtown.
Of course. it did.
Middleton 1000.
I
No,
give the point for that.
the Repton. It double head with Repton. Southern 926 Repton.
I have a name.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. Do I get points for that, or
Sure.
A?
Okay. Yeah, you get points for that. Els
I-
gets points
I
for
get
the
it.
Constitution
I
name.
am the Constitution. You're goddamn
Yeah.
right.
Uh,
Which, does that count as also a propaganda point? Because I feel like it should.
No.
It's literally
like
named
it
the
should.
Constitution.
I
If
feel
you
like it should.
combine,
I feel like it should. I feel like it should.
all of the things that 60,000 did for the most part into propaganda points, then I reserve the right to combine a lot of the stuff that
No, I think it
37
counts. I don't
It's-
think
it's-
that
with
was-
it's-
that thing
it's
as
the
being
Constitution.
propaganda. Because
I
it
thought
was
so.
named
Yeah, but-
from the propaganda. The
Yeah,
name from
but
the
it's
propaganda.
cool.
It should just
It's
be
a-
1 point.
It's a fucking badass name, and it's cool. So I think Ellis should get an extra point for that.
Yeah, I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
There you go. Ellis gets
No,
a
I'm
point.
the technical advisor here. I put my foot down.
I have. Well, you're the technical advisor,
You're
but
already up. You're already up by like.
that's
9
true. I shouldn't be
points.
worrying about
Shush.
this, but for whatever reason, I'm still scared. I have
Big
Scary
Ryan
I have
is gonna
thermic
come for you.
siphons and arch tubes and junk.
Can I
This-
take another? Can I take another bonus point in the sense that another double heading point in the sense that mine double headed with 425?
I will not allow that one.
Okay, fair. Okay, I'll take. Can I call the fact that mine was it? Not. Can I take 2 for alternative paint schemes because mine was in Lackawanna garb as well as CP passenger when it never wore CP passenger.
You definitely get the paint point because
What?
you do have that red versus the B and M's just black.
What? What are you talking about?
The other. What else did you have?
I had the the red pinstriping and the cool logo.
Okay, but like, compare that to the CP scheme.
I
CP
am comparing it to
scheme.
the CP scheme.
Hold on. I'm specifically talking about what is it? I'm specifically talking about 2317 when it was in this.
Oh, okay, that's something.
Yeah, it wore Lackawanna, like it played dress up, and
It played dress up.
yeah, and no, it played dress up twice, because under Blount ownership, what is it? I'm gonna find a photo of this. Yeah, because under Blount ownership, please enjoy this. Yeah, here's a bigger one. Under Blount ownership, it wore like this. It wore this.
Okay.
Which isn't prototypical, because it normally, in its service days, wore black.
Okay, it wins. It wins. I relent. It definitely wins paint.
I also want to give it a point specifically for the bolt-on shield that it has.
Oh,
Um,
shit, sure.
because that's just CP practice being a little extra at that point.
Well, no, it didn't. I don't think it had. Did it have the bolt-on shield?
I believe so. I believe that was CP practice towards the end. So
And
it looks like it
okay.
does in the photo with the smoke deflectors. I know this because one of the guys in transports has been working slowly on a 2816 model.
Oh,
and
Ace,
we've
yeah.
been- yeah. Right. I've been slowly feeding information to Ace, and we had that realization a couple of months ago. It's just like,
Oh. I have a couple things. I have I forgot what the first one was. Never mind. Hold on. I have a head and throttle. And I also have danger pockets. I have danger holes.
Okay.
Fully
Yeah.
pockets.
Danger holes.
I have danger holes.
Secret
Ooh,
tunnel.
ooh, I have
danger
my
holes.
I forgot I have my new favorite thing. My new favorite style point. I have smoke box
Oh, no.
hinges. I can open the whole front on a hinge.
Does 2317 not have that?
No, it doesn't have the big hinges.
Oh my god, it doesn't.
It has a
Okay,
sad,
fine.
small little smoke box door.
Fine.
Could I get a style point for surviving Leonard Shaner? I've got a killer story for this. All right.
Sure.
So
story.
he's a pretty I think infamous is the right term rail fan in northeastern Pennsylvania. Yeah, northeastern. So what happened is that he used to volunteer at Steamtown for quite some time, and then like bad blood happened when he was stealing parts off of Lackawanna 565, but that's a different story. What happened is that he greased the rails on one of 2317's excursions. 2317 nearly stalled in the Naog Tunnel.
Mm-hmm. I remember this story.
And, yeah. And so I feel like because it survived, because one, let's be real here, it's not that great of a Pacific.
I feel like the point differential might illustrate that.
Yeah, maybe. And so I think it would be funny if I got this point for surviving Leonard F. Shaner. My face.
I kind of want to give it the point.
My
Please.
face when I win.
I'm good at the point.
Okay, I've also got another
It
point.
survived sabotage.
Thank you.
So sad.
And can I also get a point for the fact that it ran in one of the few triple headers at Steamtown history, in the sense that it
Give
ran
it
in
a double header
1240.
point and a triple header point. I would be complaining much more if it was anywhere close.
I'll give it the triple hair point.
Thank
still
you. Thank you. 2317, come on, dazzle me. Wow.
I know.
me.
I feel like I think the gap is still 8 points. I think this might be it.
No.
I also have
2317, don't.
no. It's okay. It's okay. I can fix that. I have way more sand and also way better sand distribution. What?
I can fix that. Proceeds to widen the gap.
Yeah, it's different.
Uh,
It's not 8 points anymore.
Okay, that's fair.
Give you a point for sand.
Oh, I would be complaining more if it wasn't so far.
2317, wow me, dazzle me. Wait, I think 2317. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute.
I'm holding
Wait,
on.
Hold up.
I'm
Wait a
holding
minute.
on.
Wait a minute. Steve, come on.
I am gripping my desk with utter fury.
You've got. This is bullshit. I won't stand for it. Neither 3713 or 2317 got a Steamtown trading card.
We should fix that.
Yeah,
We should fix
Please.
that. We gotta make
Please.
the. Listen, if Steamtown was like, yo, we'll do your trading cards, we would have trading cards for both of them. So everybody write to Steamtown and be like, contact this man, he'll make you cool trading cards. I started looking at what?
470?
Wait, I've got maybe another thing. Participated under Steam in the Steamtown Grand Opening NHS. So it was there with 142, 261, and 425. Please.
Yo, to make the point differential less.
I would
will-
like to make clear two things. One, well, actually, forget the first one. The second thing is that we're not setting precedent here.
I don't want to
we're
be
doing
special. I don't want to be special in this sense. I'm just. I don't want to milk this. I am kind of milking it, but
Question, actually, does 3713 have a mass-produced model?
Yes.
yes, it does because it's got one in O scale.
Yeah, we have one in
Oh.
O scale that you can buy from the 3713 people.
Oh, of course you do.
Isn't there also one for HO? I thought BLM made one.
Did we both have a virtual model? Is there a...
Yeah, there's
No,
a
there's-
virtual 2317 from
There
K&L,
isn't a
isn't
23. No, 23. That's a J. That's a G2. 23 is a J3.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So
it's
I realized that
27.
I might have overcooked this just slightly.
Well, we could end it here at 2716. Or we could remove 4 points from me and give Ryan one and end it at 2317. But that's not a thing that we can do.
I don't think I can. Unfortunately, 2317. You've performed well, but my dear charming,
Well, we should-
charming. No.
You're
We should give
recreating what Steamtown is doing.
I'm taking my second sand point that I and so rightfully owed and ending it at 2816 so that we can talk about 2816 next section.
That's fair. That's a decent segue.
But we do have to do the
Nope,
votes
great.
first.
So I
also-
after take. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and because I love the Boston and Maine, I'm gonna go for Boston and Maine engine.
Yay!
So I was gonna vote for B&M, but after seeing that effing picture with a face, now it's Canadian. Because
Bruh.
it's Canadian.
Hey,
I have to say,
is what I win. Can that get pinned, please? Please.
No.
Please.
No, but
Please.
I can do one better than that. Hold on. Copy image. I'm gonna put it on page 8. Or sorry, page 7.
I'm gonna vote for the
Oh
Canadian.
Lord.
I think it's a better engine. I'm sorry, Ellis, but like
No, you're not.
the B&M should have stuck with P2s. That
Jesus
was
Christ.
the NF of Pacifics on the B&M, and then they made these. And I look at them, and I realize there is no God.
No, there is, and you're looking at it. Anyway,
No.
3713 wins 28-16 and loses in the votes.
7 is just a mess.
Well, you did well, 2317. Always in my heart.
No, don't look at page 7. Don't. Everything's fine down there. Everything's perfectly fine.
I'm responsible for like a quarter of page 7.
You're responsible for way too much of it.
The fact that I know who drew that as well.
Why?
Anyway,
They're kind of a big name. But anyways, continue.
sorry, I was trying to put stuff in the cargoes that we previously mentioned. I know I said we would seg to 2816, which is not on anyone's list here. But apparently
talked about it
they're going to
briefly.
restore it and run out on the mainline Mango Gobbles.
It's very soon this summer, folks.
Yeah.
Just a week away.
So,
I'm
Achilles,
so
if you
excited.
are out there when this thing's running, brace yourself, I guess.
I don't want to be.
You do, though. You should see it. 2860, they're going to run it, what, from...
Canada to Mexico City.
Okay,
Let's
they didn't
go.
say where in Canada. That's kind of why it was like, where? But I mean,
Uh,
there's only one
probably
way it
where
can
we're
go,
based,
really.
Like Calgary.
Yeah.
Let me check. CP2816. I think it's Calgary Yard is where it's based currently.
I wish them the best of luck. That sounds grueling.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be insane. It's gonna be awesome. I hope they just have film crews on every corner. You know, I know there'll be filmers on every
they
corner,
will.
but like, I hope that the whole thing is like, you know, recorded and televised and dramatized and supersized and
Make it into an IMAX again.
yes, please.
If,
I will.
honestly, Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Honestly, what I'll probably do if it's not like crazy inconvenient for me to kind of shift the days of the trip around and it works out, I'll probably change my trip so I can go see it.
Yeah,
But-
I mean, waiting to see when exactly this is going to be. But
Yeah.
I have a local IMAX. If they do this thing in IMAX, I'll go see it. Didn't they do? I
Yeah,
kind of
they
missed
did.
the 40.
It-
Yeah,
Rocky Mountain Express, which was actually
Yeah, Rocky Mountain Express, and then Train Time was the 4449
Yeah,
one.
but train time doesn't seem like it to want to like show up in any IMAX. Of course, it's coming to Salt Lake City like after I leave,
Yeah.
but it's not in Phoenix yet.
I mean, I've seen.
what is it? I was lucky to see Rocky Mountain Express in Vancouver.
Me too.
It's a very nice film.
Yeah,
but,
it is really well done.
what is it? But yeah, 2816 goes to Mexico and other fun stories. It's on Train Frick. No way, or Feck, whatever it is. I forget my own lore. But
Tyler.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ryan, first.
honestly, I'm wondering though, like, what? This is probably going to take a big toll on it mechanically. Like, I understand they're probably going to be babying along, but still, like, it's a pretty big ask.
No, I hope they don't baby it. I hope they, you know, no diddly bopping around. They run the thing. I hope this is going to be great.
I feel like they're going to have whatever the new CPKC scheme is going to be, with diesel just right behind.
No.
Like,
On the locomotive, they're going to paint it CPKC. It's going to be bright
No.
red.
God. Please no.
Ryan,
If
get
I
on
had
that.
the 28, yeah, I was going to say if I had the 2816 model, then you know I would. But Tyler, you might need to smuggle it to me.
I'm sorry, I cannot do that.
I like
Is
how
it-
they're
is it
borrowing.
only-
They're borrowing 4449's aux tender for this.
I'm
Are
not sure
they?
if they're really borrowing it at this point. It might just have been bought.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I hope to God it stays in daylight paint. I want it to stay in daylight paint.
No, they're
That
gonna
would
paint
be
it CPKC.
hilarious, but I don't think they'll do it.
They're gonna paint it bright red with 4 giant block letters CPKC. Nothing else. No other highlights. No details.
They-
Comic
They're
Sans,
also, I
please.
think, they're
Comic
working on
Sans!
the D&H aux as well.
Wait,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, realistically, like CPKC scheme. That's what we're talking about, right? Just
Yeah.
so I'm
Yeah.
not stupid.
Yeah.
Realistically speaking, it's just gonna be. They'll just take the CP scheme and kind of maybe apply the new Beaver logo with the CPKCS stuff at the very top, and maybe just write Kansas City at the bottom, and then that's all they're gonna do. And there you go. There's your CPKC scheme.
Canadian
Don't worry,
Pacific Day,
paint-
United States.
Do is pull SPSF.
Yes.
I don't tempt me to do like an SPSF engine, but like instead of saying SPSF, it's CPKC, and it'll still be Kodachrome, and it'll still look disgusting.
What
but,
do you
like,
mean?
change the color
Kodachrome's
so it's-
amazing.
No,
But
it
no,
isn't.
as in,
Nuh-uh.
it would still look disgusting in the sense that it doesn't say SPSF.
Oh well, dude in Comic Sans.
Deal.
Anyway,
Yes.
speaking of which, speaking of steam locomotives going places, 4014 cab ride is up to $16,700. There are.
I'm fully expecting that thing to hit at least like 50K. Like
Oh,
fully
I think it's got a week left. It's probably gonna hit 100.
This is, yeah, I mean, it's slowed down a little bit. It's stagnated at 16.7.
What was the starting bid?
Yeah, but there's a week left, you gotta remember.
Yeah, I know, there's a
So-
week left. I'm wondering who's going to try to snipe this thing using their entire savings.
I just wish I had $100,000. I wish I had $100,000 to throw at a big boy cab ride, you know?
I hope you like it. It was either this or send you to college.
Mhm.
What is it? What was the starting bid?
I don't know. I can't check. It's making me
It's
log
like
into
a-
eBay,
it's
and I
like
don't feel like logging into
$1,000.
eBay.
Let me check. Hold on. I can tell you.
Oh yeah, so let's get someone who's perpetually logged into eBay.
Yeah, me.
Yeah.
Or Kavan.
Well, Kavan's not here.
Speaking of Steam Book,
It started at $1.
started at $1.
$1 cab ride.
And then it went 100, 200, 250, 500, 500, 750, 900, 1,000, 1.1, 1.25, 1.4, 1.55, 1.7, 1.8, 2, 2.05, 2.1. People are just bidding stupid. Just bid slightly above the minimum bid.
Yeah, well, that's too easy. You need to use Brain Cell.
So when they shared the link at about 5:30 p.m. on June 1st, Pacific time,
Mm-hmm.
they were getting bids on it every. There's a bid at 46.35, 46.43, 46.46, 47.03, 08, 10, 15, 21, 556.05, 09. Like they're getting bids like crazy for a little while.
Well,
Awesome.
I think this. I swear to God, this is. I was telling my friend Michael this. We all know him, Shoreline. Like, this is literally a plot out of a Talking Train series. Like, is it not?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, the cab ride eBay, whatever. Also, I love that since it's eBay, it's like, when is the thing going to get delivered? It sounds like you're receiving the big boy.
I just think it's funny that in 2023, the Union Pacific Railroad, the biggest railroad in the world,
Asterisk.
their best way of getting this information out is using effing eBay.
Yeah.
it's great. I mean, come on. Like, it's fantastic. It is on brand.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
They should do more
But
of this.
I will say, like, where's the does it I didn't actually look at the announcement post. Does it how long of a cab ride is this?
90 minutes.
Not what?
90 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay,
From,
for
like Pine Bluff, Wyoming to Cheyenne.
11
That is
a.m.
90
to
minutes.
12:30.
That's so
90
like
minutes.
that's so disappointing. Why I wanna be on it. Like, I would pay. Well, I wouldn't because I don't have it. But make the auction of this magnitude for like the CPKC.
You ride in the cab every day.
Yeah,
you know?
from Canada to Mexico City trip.
Hold on.
You know?
For reference, it's 600. Like, for a locomotive of big boy proportions, and I'm going to say this, you can get like a cab ride on 1309 for like a fraction of this.
You can drive a steam locomotive at the Nevada Northern for the entirety of the railroad and back, and build your train for like $3,000, $4,000.
Yeah.
You get to build your train.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, cool. Because we were just talking about in the last episode, but Danbury lets you build a train in their yard as their cab ride thing, or as their
Aw, that's
Cute. That's
Yeah.
really tempting.
But, like, I do think that I think it is comical. I'm gonna be honest, it is
Holy
comical.
shit.
It is comical. It's going to a good cause, but like,
Yeah. To the Union Pacific
16.7K.
Museum, right?
Yeah,
It-
to the
it-
Union
it's-
Pacific Museum.
How many? I'm curious to know how many like HO scale big boys could you buy for that price?
more importantly,
many-
more importantly, how many Q2s could you buy for that price?
I was thinking more like how much of this, if it just immediately went to 11, how much of 11 would it
Yeah,
buy?
I'd feel a really big chunk of 11. I want all proceeds from the Big Boy fundraiser to go directly to 5550 because duck for dinner. Anyway, are we gonna continue talking about UP because this is an actual discussion topic?
It's true.
What is it? But
By the
train.
way,
What
you
else?
could buy 21 big boys, Broadway limited big boys with DCC and sound for that price.
Speaking of the money,
Not every big boy.
people work for money, right?
Allegedly.
That's how that
But
works.
they
Yes.
don't contribute to profits.
Yes, apparently labor does not contribute to profits. UP might believe they contribute a slight bit to profits
Oh,
because
a
they
little bit?
decided to little in agreement with the SMART union, which is again International Association of Street Metal, Air, Rail, and Transportation Workers, Transport Division. This is May 31st. Let's say, let's see here, approval by over 2/3 of the noted workers, 68.16%. This agreement allows for a $27,500 signing bonus.
Holy crap!
Requires conductor's position being based in the cab of the locomotive. So none of that dial-up
Boost shit.
conductor bullshit. 30 years of protections for brakemen switchmen who have assignments abolished. Continued use of brakemen switchmen as needed. No rules changes regarding switching between road and yard crews. Additional pay for assigned road and yard service performed with a reduced crew. Expanded utility position that is paid $50 an hour and has a set schedule. And overtime and pool freight.
I think they're finally waking up to the fact that you kind of need people to run the railroad. Maybe.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's, again, they note earlier, they note later in the article that UP had been looking at doing a pilot program in Nebraska for, I forget what they called it, but essentially the idea was a dial-up.
Yeah, it's the remote
A
conductor.
dial-up conductor.
Yeah.
So you just have a conductor for like every 50 miles of track. That would be in a truck with all this equipment. And we just wait there, and if the train ever had any problems, then the engineer was supposed to call them up, and then the conductor would be sent out and just drive up to the train. Which just seems like you're just asking for the plot of Unstoppable to happen like 20 times over. But, well, now the unions have said no. And I think that's a great thing. There isn't as much stuff about the hours, and I guess, well, there is some bumps to pay, which is nice. There isn't a direct, immediate bump to pay, which is less nice considering that was what, again, if everyone remembers from last year, and all of the, oh my god, it's going to break down, and then the government steps in and is just like, you can't
Actually,
strike.
you can't strike. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I mean, the whole like almost strike, despite the fact that it was averted by the government, they were just told like, no, sorry, you can't do that. It does seem to have scared the pants off the railroads at least a little bit, because a lot of them are sort of getting it in gear with the, basic things that one might want to have on a job like this, or really any job, but like, sick days and, reasonable pay and not insane working hours and things like that. It's been getting a little better across the board for everyone, which,
Yeah.
It
doesn't state anything about sick days on here, which is kind of sad. I assume, though, I've heard some rumblings about that being in, like, other agreements.
I think NS did something with sick days recently. We probably reported on it.
Yeah.
CSX is also doing something with sick days, among other things, too, if I can make that transition.
Yeah, go ahead.
So CSX's CEO is kind of realizing something, admittedly.
That
labor
labor
does
contributes to profits.
That labor does indeed contribute to profits. So this article is titled, from the CSX CEO, the first step to improving rail service is treating your employees better.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. So the new CSX CEO, he's basically came out and said, at best, we have strained relations with every single stakeholder except investors, and most of our key stakeholders hate us. So the CSX CEO is actually the former CEO of Ford Motor Company, So he knows
Oh, boy.
firsthand, like what it's like to be a customer of a railroad, because obviously, Ford, you might have heard of them.
Yeah, they probably receive some things by rail.
They
Is
probably
that the
receive some
implication?
things by rail. So he understands that, even at a company like Ford, he never felt like the railroads kind of prioritize the customer, even a customer of that size. And so he understands that prioritizing your employees and your customers, and basically he goes on to talk about how he's working with employees to improve service and customers to improve service, and he's made a bunch of unscheduled visits to rail yards to kind of talk about.
My God, he's doing the undercover boss thing.
He's doing the undercover boss thing, and he's
awesome.
doing
Epic legend.
Undercover boss with Kylo Ren.
and kind of talking about how people feel about working at the railroad and that sort of thing, and how he's kind of doing what everybody's been saying to do for a long time, to actually treat your employees like decently, and maybe you'll run a decent railroad. And I remember several years ago when we used to make fun of CSX for being effing terrible, and now CSX is like the ideal. They're actually doing good things, which is kind of funny.
They've gone through their Red Dead Redemption arc.
Well, in fairness, CSX was.
This is the plot of Red Dead Redemption 3, okay? CSX.
You own the railroad?
All right.
Yeah.
CSX was kind of the first railroad to really do precision scheduled railroading in the United States. I mean, seriously, like legitimately do it.
Well, yeah,
CSX,
on account of Hunter Harrison being in charge of them and then dying.
So, in fairness, they're kind of the furthest along in the progression path of PSR.
Of their arc.
I don't think of their PSR arc, and I don't really think it's unreasonable to assume that most other railroads will eventually follow suit like this, because the UP CEO got fired recently. And I don't think it's unreasonable to assume that kind of PSR is on its downward trend, which is a good thing. And it seems like this dude actually kind of is a little bit competent and kind of understands you can't do this to run a railroad.
I think your point about him being like coming from the perspective of someone who's had to use railroads before, I think that's I wouldn't say that's a game changer, because I'd imagine you could probably pull out other historical examples, but I do think that in this day and age, I think that is incredibly important and incredibly based.
So CSX also has he understands that he wants to make a good relationship with the employees of CSX. He's talked about it, and he stated employees expressed frustrations with CSX's harsh attendance policy, the lack of raises, and paid sick time, etc. And he said all those things were made very clear, and as a result, CSX has amended its attendance policy to be less harsh. They've gotten raises. They've reached agreements with paid sick time, with the unions for paid sick time, and they've been doing employee morale events around the railroad.
Ooh, employee morale events. Pizza night? There's a pizza party in the break room.
So CSX also did recently, in this article, it states they did a what's the word? Oh, where is it? Oh, here we go. An employee survey. They received 3,600 written comments, and the CEO read every single comment, every single one of those comments, to really understand what these employees are doing. And I really feel like this is a really good thing, and this is exactly what the industry needs, is kind of a refresher, and I look forward to how CSX is going to develop in the future.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully they'll continue contributing to what is it, 2716?
Yeah,
that's the big one.
I'm fully convinced that they're prepping, like they're prefacing a Steam program,
which would be awesome.
I truly think that. Yeah. They had the CSX logo on the damn thing. They literally donated shops. Like, they basically Ravenna's eating out of their hand. Like, they're in their back pocket. I truly think that.
No, go ahead. I want you to finish your thought, then I want to say something.
Well, I think that it's also pretty interesting, because there was rumors that in the 80s, CSX was looking at a Steam program, and I know that's like different, but I bring this up because they apparently looked at the Allegheny at B&O.
Oh no.
And they actually had to like duck down under the engine because like they thought it was they thought they heard gunfire, but no, that was just the engine breaking the rail.
Oh, okay.
Guys, should I order a model train really fast?
Yeah,
No.
no. Well, maybe. If it's CSX 113, yes. But
Okay.
no, I wanted to say that I actually wanted to segue out of this because you said that this is super based, and I want to talk about France being based. But
I
I
have one little comment.
yeah,
first.
I know you wanted to say something, and I wanted to ask a question that related to CSX and paint and stuff like that. But what were you saying, Tyler?
The whole reading the 3,600 written comments, it harkens back to an earlier age of management. You'll hear this with a lot of earlier roads, think like 1920s, 30s, where the presidents know everybody.
Yeah.
Like they take the office car out so many times and they meet everybody, and it's you know them by. You can't do that in something that's not a regional. It works a lot better when it's like in just a state.
Yeah.
You've got a set amount of employees and stuff. But if you can do it where it's the regional managers, some of the people. There's actually, if any of you watched, there's a recording on YouTube from Midland 1072 Productions about the PRR, the 1361. Their was it like 105th birthday party thing they held the last couple weeks.
Oh,
and-
did they?
Yeah, and it was the little like luncheon thing Q&A section, and one of the guys is talking. He's works in Juniata, and he works there, and of course his management kind of figures out, oh, you're friends with the guys over at the Verder's Memorial because you keep on asking us for random stuff
next
to give
door.
to them. Yeah. And what happened was it was like a couple of years ago that Wick was still head of NS, and it's like, yeah, Wick's here. Wick wants to meet with you, and it takes Wick and some of the other managers took this one dude who's like does emissions testings on the locomotives out to lunch because he knew, oh, you like steam, I like steam, I like this engine. I think this could be good for. Originally, the plan had been 1361 for the NS steam program.
Don't make me do that reskin now, because I will.
I wouldn't be opposed. We actually had some 1361 news, but nothing really exciting. I'll just put it all in the vote. They had what is this? They had a 25th anniversary of the museum, right?
Mm-hmm. It's something like that.
Yeah,
but
and of course, they're still working on. And Everett did a fundraiser. I think they had 1361's whistle on Everett 11 or something like that.
Yeah, it's the usual thing that Everett does.
But
yeah, it's nice to see management kind of going back to that old thing of just trying to know people, because when you're friends with your employees, and you tend to not make them super pissed.
Unbelievably, when you pay attention to your company and like treat the people in it as people, things are better for everybody.
Yes.
You remember how when Conrail was gonna like self-destruct, everyone voted to give a pay cut to themselves because they cared about keeping the railroad around?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the what is it? Wasn't that like that was a key point in The Men Who Loved Trains, wasn't it? Yeah, I remember under Stanley Crane.
May have been.
Yeah.
I did want to ask though, right? Because CSX is getting a little bit more foamer friendly with the idea of a Steam program. They also, do we have confirmation on whether this heritage unit program is a thing or not?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We know the B&O unit exists.
That's right. That one does exist.
I know there was two. I think one comment was shopped, but I think that there is confirmed plans for more. Like, I think there was like, what is it? I think the CEO, whose name escapes me, I know we were just talking about him, my apologies, but I think he said that there are more on the way. But
there are more on the way, yes, but I don't know how many.
Would you just call him?
Moron? Hinrichs.
Never mind.
Is his name.
Yeah, okay.
I do know that... Oh, continue.
No, I was just sort of fumbling. Go ahead.
Well, but I have heard that because NS has such like a large heritage fleet already, that CSX is a little more limited in what they can do. But that doesn't. But they do actually have some pretty
Well,
neat schemes under their belt.
remember that because of Conrail, CSX and NS share the trademark on a lot of things, which means CSX can make those Penn Central predecessor railroads. Penn Central, they share the Conrail trademark. They can do all of that because they share the trademark.
Okay, but how is Katie on the list?
I have no idea. I've never been able to figure that out. I did figure out. I assume they're just trying to gobble up reporting marks because I did check on the Katie reporting marks and they are expired.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
So for whatever reason, I'm assuming they just want that reporting mark, and they just want the trademark on it. So they're going to make a unit with it, so they can have it.
This might be a question for Michael because I think he might have, because I bet you there's probably some lore out there that CSX or Chessie or CNO or some predecessor got a 1 mile stint or some small sliver.
Probably.
And therefore,
that's more than likely what it is. I'm guessing that there's just a stint of now CSX track that was built as Katy, probably in St. Louis.
yeah.
That, like I say, was built for the Kansas City or the MKT that now belongs to CSX through probably various merger agreements and that sort of thing.
This does strike me, though. This does strike me as to the equivalent of Disney doing the live action movies as a way to hold on to the copyright for certain things. This is just the railroad version of that. You know what? Even if it is, I don't care. It's cool.
You know, I'm not going to
complain.
Mr. Ford is a foamer.
And I mean, at the end of the day, these because these actually have a soul, unlike the Disney live action remakes.
This is also
sure. Oh yeah, that's right. NS. I just found an old article from some weeks ago of NS saying reliable service is probably a it's an important thing and it will lead to long-term growth. So I'm going to put that down next to the CSX thing. But yeah, well, it was just on my mind because we had the article about the Heritage Unit, which I know people have mixed opinions on the B&O thing. I'm pretty in the middle, I guess. I don't have a strong opinion.
It exists.
But apparently the whole CPKC thing was just like a bamboozle. So, it was just on my mind about paint schemes and all that. Anyway. France, yeah, no, I did want to talk about France. This is going to be the most modern aspect, and then we're going to talk about Steam some more. But France has banned domestic short-haul flights where there are railroad alternatives, which is awesome. I don't know why France gets to be the cool country. It's sort of like CSX being the cool railroad now.
Okay, but they're only cool in their transportation sector.
Yeah.
Because I do think that, this is something really cool to focus on. I do think that there is something to be said that you can't be any other religion except the Western ones there. I mean, so they're not 100% cool yet.
No, I mean, but no one is 100% cool, I feel like.
This is true.
But them doing this, I mean, they have an extensive electric network. They're still building nuclear power plants. They're one of the only countries that's continually building nuclear power plants.
Thank God.
They're just being based. They're just doing cool stuff. Yeah.
Minus the lights out heaven every Tuesday.
No, I mean that's just France though. The what's the word? That is
This is what happens when you have too many baguettes.
Yes.
This is just what happens.
It makes you a little revolutionary. It's okay.
Strategic.
It's fine.
You had strategic baguette placement.
But I mean that's public action. That's a good thing.
What they're doing is they're throwing their excess baguettes just on the runways.
Like javelins.
Yeah.
Law comes into effect 2 years after French lawmakers voted to end airline routes where the same journey could be made by train in under 2.5 hours. So they also proposed scrapping plane journeys where train journeys of under 4 hours existed, and reduced
Frank
to
on?
2.5 hours after some regions objected, as well as Air France KLM objected because they're the planes, they run the planes.
All I'm gonna say,
Hearing.
I'm gonna say in relation to the U.S., let's fucking bring back the MHCs, please. Bring them back. I want my Amtrak mail train.
Yes.
No. Just build Shinkansen
We
line,
need more.
and
We
then
need more auto
put
trains.
this law into effect, and mini monopolies.
Yeah, we do.
What is it?
We do need more auto trains. That'd be wonderful.
Actually, I do. What is it? Same shameless plug. LaSalle will have an auto train terminal. Watch out for it.
Won't it have at least 2?
Actually, yeah, we do actually have 2 because there's one that my fictional railroad serves. So yeah. What is it? I will say that when looking at looking at conversation about what other countries are doing and then the U.S., it's really interesting because we tried to be innovative. We tried to do all of this, but unfortunately, it just kind of melted away.
Yeah.
We stuck at it is what it's actually
we need to get good. It's called a skill issue.
Well, I do actually have something to, I suppose, food for thought for this in the audience. I theoretically think that a high-speed route that's along the water level route and then using the Golden States route, I think that could work.
Where did the Golden States go?
That was the former route of the Rock. So it was
okay, nice.
It was known as it was known as the low altitude route because it was the lowest crossing of the Rockies.
Interesting.
And I think that's also a pretty kick-ass name for a route. But
it is.
I don't mean to.
Do you mean along the Southern Pacific Sunset route?
It might have been. I have no idea which way the Rockets traversed, but I know it was around there.
The Rock.
Because the Rock Island doesn't go that far past
Well, yeah,
But the Golden States was a Rock Island train.
yeah, Golden State.
It was
Yeah.
Chicago to Los Angeles. I guess it went. Let's see, routes. Southern Pacific from LA to El Paso.
Yeah, that would have been Sunset Route. That would have been through Phoenix.
Sometimes
probably. Oh.
El Paso and Southwestern through Douglas, Arizona to Tucson. Sometimes the SP via Deming. SP carried the train Tucson to Los Angeles.
Tucson.
Yeah, I know what I said.
Do we have to bring out Orchester?
Rock Island Main Line across the Colorado and Southern and Fort Worth Denver Railroad Line.
I'm really sorry for derailing this. I didn't mean to, but
no, this is curious.
This is great.
Well, as long as there's only one danger when it comes to talking about high-speed railroads in the U.S., and it is the map. And everyone who knows what I'm talking about knows the map, and everyone who doesn't is better for it. But
I'll stay on the ladder. But yeah,
finish your stuff, please.
But yeah, this is. I wonder if this is going to take off in more places. I mean, we've already seen a reduction. I mean, generally, when train journeys exist, people don't feel like going to the airport in the first place. But this is definitely a push in a very efficient direction. I mean, this is like a 77 times as efficient as a plane, or the train emits 77 times less CO2 than the plane per passenger on these routes.
Fair as well, we had an article, was it last year, about the Italian airline that just shut down because of the high speed.
Which is wonderful. Perfectly fine. And you know what?
They didn't even need legislation.
Yep. It says there's only the invisible hand of the free market guides all.
Yeah. France just wants to speed up the process.
Well, France wants to be revolutionary. That's kind of their thing, as mentioned.
Yeah.
they have a whole musical about it and everything.
Exactly.
You know it's good. You know they're dedicated when they put music to paper and all that good stuff.
I mean, we have a Coast Starlight musical, so when are we?
Well, it's a play.
Starlight musical.
When are we doing this?
It's a play.
Yeah,
It's like if anyone here knows what "Come From Away" is, and if you don't, get on that. It's like that. From what I can gather, it's that, but with the Coast Starlight.
Forget the map. Learn "Come From Away." Got it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
I'm trying to find a way to fit the phrase "coming from away" in with 611 leaving Strasbourg, but we should
but hold
talk
on, what
about
about
611 leaving Strasbourg.
What about Dean
home from
722?
I was gonna
What
I
about-
was gonna save 722 for last, but if we want to talk about that first, that's perfectly fine.
Dean,
can
what
do
do you
that.
think? All right.
From the dead.
So, the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad,
The Great
In their-
Smoky Mountains Railroad.
in their actually infinite wisdom, this is not ironic. They are bringing back 722. They are going to be actually converting it from coal to oil.
Based.
They're
No.
expecting the conversion to be completed in 2026, about 3 years from now. Yeah, it's looking pretty nice.
Is Great
Is it
Smoky
Stephen
Mountains one
Green?
of the ones owned by the DNS people?
Yes, it is
Yeah.
one of the. It used to be one of like the free, and then they got rid of Mountain Rainier, and now
Also,
they're in some weird quasi agreement with the Abilene and Smoky Valley.
Oh yeah, well, because they had to send out, because they were out there
Yeah.
doing emergency repairs, which seemed to be working great, by the way.
Well, to be fair, it's doing a lot better than it was. So,
Oh, it is in fact running,
yes.
which is good. It was fixed and then was back and then it broke immediately and then it was fixed again and now it seems to be doing, not necessarily doing great, but doing, which
Mhm.
I learned that is the heaviest Pacific currently operating. Good God.
That's a thought.
There's not
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
many other Pacifics running.
I mean, that's true, but it is heavy. I should.
Is it heavier than 37?
I was about to ask.
for what it's worth,
Do I want to know?
per the virtual rail fan cam chat, Amtrak is coming soon.
Oh,
Just so-
cool.
What is it?
Um,
It's what is it? To my understanding, 3415 was literally just here's park engine, light a fire, bada bing, bada boom, go.
It was more so like what was it 765's first restoration where it's just kind of out in the open. We do some they did have a shed, I believe, but
Okay,
it
that's
was
good.
it was more of it was kind of that sort of thing of let's get a fire in it. And
what class
Then
is it?
they-
It's number 34 or something.
Yeah, 3415.
3415. Okay,
15.
3400 rebuilt. It is engine weight 338,900 pounds compared to the B&M P4s at 339,200 pounds. So it is 300 pounds lighter than the Mega Pacific.
Well, looking on Wikipedia, it lists the figure of 300,950. So,
Well,
grain
is
of
it-
salt here.
oh, that might be a pre-rebuilt oh wait, was this only one? No, it says 44 in class.
What is it? To my understanding, it's an operation. It's an operation.
Yeah.
Pretty decent engine. It needs some love, and especially the fact that it's at the end of its boiler certificate. It's kind of it. Not every locomotive is like this, where it is kind of beat to it, but at the same time, when you kind of there's a reason why you have that 15-year rule.
Yeah.
What is it? Back to 722 though. But I am stoked that 722 is coming back because I hope they keep it in green because I really like it in the green. And I know that's like a pretty bad reason to keep it in the green, but I think it would look really neat in the green compared
think
to
it's fine in the
630
green.
in black.
I mean, the 630 is in the black, so it would be a pretty nice contrast.
It would be neat for them to for what is it? TVRM and Great Smoky to do something with the engines together. That'd be kind of neat.
Yeah.
Actually,
Just
now that I
kinda
think about it,
The
because
TVRM had it till 85.
I had what?
The TVRM had 722 until 1985.
I do think now theoretically because they'll have what 4501's operational, 630's operational asterisk.
Yes.
Yeah, there is.
722 in the near future will be operational, and 611 hopefully in the near future will be operational. They could do something.
Well, I mean, what I would like to happen is Cord 501, 722, 630, and I think it's 504, the older Southern consolidation. They all like just sort of like get together. That'd be neat.
Yeah, little Findig.
Oh, 41504. Gotta find it.
I do want to do a 3400 versus P4 locomotive versus, but there's no room on the sheet. However, I will say that all but so Tyler, the figure you said is the pre-rebuild weight.
Alright.
And the post-rebuild weight is what I said, and all but 6 of them were rebuilt. I don't know which ones weren't, though. And I don't know if 3415 is one of the ones that were rebuilt. I mean, I guess we could probably ask Wybold. We could say how many tubes were in there, or whatever.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference. But
Alrighty.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the topic of Steam, though, we also have...
Yeah, the unthinkable.
Yeah,
the unthinkable, impossible, thought it could never happen. 611 has left Strasbourg.
Yeah, thank God. I thought, personally, it was my prediction that, 611 be stuck there until 2024. But it's great that 611 is going back to Roanoke and potentially going to run long excursions on the Buckingham branch, right?
Allegedly, I mean,
that
that's
is
the rumor.
Yeah.
That's the rumor that Google is currently feeding us.
Yeah.
So the thing is that so from my understanding, I'm taking it with a grain of salt because I understand railroads can change, but if we all remember, it was one of the contributing factors to why the Greenbrier Presidential Express never happened was the fact that the Buckingham branch could not handle 614. So, it makes me ponder this just slightly. Like, I understand that, of course, they'll probably be running a different route because I understand the Buckingham branch is a fairly sizable railroad.
Oh yeah, they're like 3-hour excursions.
Yeah. Like, it seems, what is it? I'm taking it with a grain of salt. It would be nice to get, to get them up there, because I think 611 does need a chance to stretch her legs, and frankly, it looked rather goofy at Strasbourg.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall, 611, very nice. I saw it once. I accidentally got oil on my hand. Neat locomotive,
like
but
I hate 611, so I'm gonna stay quiet.
So I wonder, though. Michael did make a fair point
jealous.
as to when.
I'm not jealous. I just think it's a stupid locomotive and it's a stupid organization.
Yeah.
When is 611 due for a 1472? Like
It
that's
was
coming
stored
up.
in 2015. It was finished in 2015, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it
it was
was like
2015, so it's 2030.
It's been 8 years. It's
Yeah.
been 8 years, and it's a 1470. The next 1472 shouldn't be for another 2 years, wouldn't it?
I mean, here's the thing. If it's a 1472, then like, isn't it if it's 15 years or 1,472 operating days? And I understand that they have run it significantly. So
It's no. It's whichever comes first.
Yes.
Oh,
But it will
So-
probably wind up being 1472 operating days.
I
Which is
would
in
hazard
total 5
no
years.
on that front, because I don't think it's operated more than like 300 days at Strasbourg, if that.
I guess, yeah. Well,
And
that's
like it
not
only
bad.
had one season with NS before they killed the program and just said goodbye.
that's got to be like the biggest funny. Like
The biggest scandal.
yeah, that like NS like seriously decided to just they let the demons win.
I don't. Is this intentional? I don't know if this is intentional. 1,472 days over 15 years is just shy of 100 days a year, which would be just shy of the number of weekend days in a year.
I think
So-
they
So
I
if,
think they might. Oh,
Yeah.
continue.
I'm just following the train of thought here. I know I asked a question, so that's my fault. Following the train of thought here, if a locomotive operates every weekend, just about, it's going to land right at the same time. It's going to be hit the end of its 15 years and the end of its 1,472 operating days. So I have no idea if it was intentional, but it does work out like that.
Hey,
630 was 630 went through its 1472, I think 2011. What didn't it? Or like was it rebuilt then? So it should be coming up pretty soon too for it, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of engines that we're gonna see in the next few years are gonna hit the
Go down.
clock.
Yeah, 3025.
You know, this is
one of them.
Amtrak.
Also,
Yeah.
I've also heard rumors of 610 being rebuilt, but I don't have any
Rumors
I think 610's next in the queue. That's what I've heard. But
That's
like,
what I've heard.
By
Too, but
who?
I don't know.
TVRM.
Yeah, TVRM.
yeah,
Like,
the
not TMP.
S160A, isn't it? Because isn't it not like a normal S160?
It's an S160. Yeah, it's a.
Yeah. But
It might,
what
I
is-
don't know.
It's. I'll be quite honest. Like, TVRM's been doing a lot with 4501, but like I've heard that 4501 is like too big for TVRM, which is interesting.
I mean, it's a large locomotive for the size of the railroad, but this was like the first engine that the TVRM actually got with under Paul Merriman and like Walter Dove and all that.
Yeah.
Well, 30 didn't come to like
Axles,
60s.
it's just like you keep it on the Missionary Ridge local, and it's a little bit of like it's not to the same extent I would say as 611 at Strasbourg, but it's a bit like that where it's just kind of
What is it? It's a whale in a fish pond. Kind of.
yeah.
The crossing
It's
lines
funny,
are
but-
broken.
So like I'm still waiting for USATC 611 to come back.
Is there not just another train coming?
What about
No.
USATC
If there
113?
was, the gate would be down.
Oh my god.
But yeah, overall, like, it's-
track.
I think it'll be very interesting overall to see kind of which restorations will take priority in like the next 10-ish years. Because I think we're probably going to see, I think the pendulum is going to maybe start to switch back to, instead of like Northerns and all that, to maybe your more mid-range locomotives, like your Consolidations and your Mikados.
Possibly.
Yeah. The only thing I could think that could sway it a little harder to the northern side is if by some divine intervention, the thing that we were talking about a couple episodes ago, the planned 2026 American Freedom Train, that
Rowland!
Yeah, King Foamer!
and that brings
He
back
might be
steam
dead by then,
programs
let's be
and,
real.
like, yeah, he could be. We will see.
I don't want to risk for people to be dead, but like, I don't like Ross Rowland.
I wish that he does not die and in fact makes AFT too.
Because the thing
Yeah,
with
he seems the
AFT2
freer
is that
train.
would be, again, putting
Somewhat.
Steam in the spotlight for a while, and
With the wrong engineer.
Well, as long as he doesn't drive
I
it,
think
as long as he
can
just funds it.
literally put his hand
No,
on the
no,
throttle
just
at
use
this point.
Roberts. Just get like Rob Soul Jr. to run the Freedom Train.
No,
I-
we'll get
it
we'll
would-
get the greatest engineer I know. His name is Mike Cross.
God damn it!
Or is
Hey,
it
bro.
Andy Miller that owns who owns Reading and Northern?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Andy Mueller.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be funny.
he'll put him on the throttle. He'll do
Oh,
great.
come on. Hood
When you do
425 on the Freedom Train, destroy every small town's windows. It'll be great.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually,
Yeah.
Well,
those
I mean-
parts are broken.
really, to come back to propaganda point, it writes itself. We just need 3713 on the Freedom Train.
Actually, it wouldn't do. I mean, granted, it wouldn't be the best choice, but I don't think it would be that bad on the train.
No, I
Would
mean,
be a
it
pretty
depends how
decent
long of a
choice.
train you're pulling,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
3713, it's called the Constitution. Come on now, come on,
Yeah.
now. And then
Yeah.
race it coast to coast with 2816 to prove who's better.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Okay, now
Especially considering the thing, Ross, like if we remember back a couple episodes ago with that, he mentioned he wanted it always double headed by Steam, so you'd have a backup loco.
Okay,
Best
so
case for 3713, you put it with one of the T-1s.
I mean, yeah,
I can see that
or
working really
better,
well.
you put it with the T1 without a dash, and then duck for dinner.
Okay. But where are we gonna get like the 5 million to finish Duck
The
for
Mafia.
Yeah,
The
Rowland.
Smurf Mafia. Come on.
It's a Smurf
Hey,
Mafia.
you get with the
Bring
picture.
it back.
Mafia, come on, guys.
Yeah, like they will
Listen,
provide
listen.
the funds.
Ross,
Like, come on,
listen.
they will pull through.
Guys, Ross Rowland is like the Don of this Mafia.
Yes.
If we can just convince him to give us 5 million big ones to finish the T1,
5 million
then
big
we
ones.
can, yeah, then we can just build a near Central Hudson and then get on with it.
No,
I think we probably need more like 7 big ones at this point. They raised 2 big ones by February 23.
This.
So,
What is it? This. Yeah. I mean, come on. Like, he has connections. He will pull it off. And if the locomotive will be painted Smurf blue, that's fine.
Listen, just bring back 3001 and we'd be good.
just bring back.
Wasn't 3001 considered for like the AFT? I remember reading that.
I think it was, but I think that it just fell through.
Yeah, sounds the part.
I was about to ask what 3001 is, but now I remember.
Hey.
Central thing.
Yeah.
The Mohawk that really didn't quit.
Well, actually, even better than you do your double header is 3001 and 1361 to prove that unity is possible.
oh my god.
This is no.
Yes, that's
This is just the
that's how
plot of
you
the
make
movie.
it into the best kind of political statement. You go.
That would be the New York to Chicago leg.
I would. That would be fantastic. I'm totally fine with this.
You almost off my tracks. Good lord.
Oh, and by the way, I have a dispatch.
Uh-oh.
The Western Railway of Alabama isn't real.
No.
Uh-oh. What? Hold on. Context?
No context.
Okay, cool. Well, if that's all we have to talk about this episode, that's all we have to talk about this episode.
Well, we have things to do though.
Jesus Christ!
What are you
Nothing
talking?
Ultima drivers, I swear. Just the stream.
Oh shoot! I'm
Amtrak
behind on
or-
the stream again. Oh, train's coming.
This dude just like barreled through. No, there isn't.
Oh, yeah,
This
there
dude
is.
just
Yes, there is. The gets
barreled
going.
behind the Tahoe.
Oh,
there they go.
bicycle man, go! Oh,
Well,
okay.
you can
Anyway,
use them-
that's right. We do have one more thing that I'd like to talk about. Here's the headline.
I'd like to promote my OnlyFans.
Okay, we
just
can do that in a second.
Oh.
After more than 50 years, railroads now say Madison Square Garden is not compatible atop Penn Station.
Go.
And all I would like to say in response to this, it's a hell of an article. But the point is they don't seem to want it there anymore, and I don't blame them, and no one wants it there, as a matter of fact. And they just need to demolish it and rebuild Penn Station brick by brick. That is all. Thank you.
Do it.
Yeah.
Again, do not do any major modernizations besides what's needed by like ADA.
ADA requirements, yeah.
Just bring it back. Just find
Just
where
put it
you
back.
threw those bricks away. It's like figuring out what was it, the extension to like Staten Island. Where it's like we got all of this dirt from digging the subway system, so it's technically New York.
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't
That is-
Staten Island. That was Liberty Island.
Yeah,
But yeah.
totally.
They did the same thing with Ellis Island too. Point is,
Yeah.
rebuild Penn Station exactly as it was. Actually, recently Madison Square Garden got sold, or they were in talks to sell the Hulu Theater for $1 billion. I don't actually know what part of Hulu Theater is, but Madison Square Garden negotiating to sell its theater and a service road for about $1 billion to a private developer that hopes to demolish them to make way for a rebuilt Penn Station, blah, blah, blah. It's an Italian developer, allegedly. So,
Bobbity boopity.
yeah, so at least it's going to look cool. But the mob will definitely be involved. The Smurf Mafia and Russ Rowland.
Yeah, come on, bring them back.
Yeah, but yeah, that is your update on Penn Station. It's not fixed yet, but that is your update on Penn Station. Achilles, if you want to promote your OnlyFans, you can do it now.
I don't actually have an OnlyFans.
Oh, disappointed.
Look at that rock.
Can I put track 29?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Where should I put it?
Just put it in the chat, and I will put it in the cargoes.
Yeah, here you go. It's in the Terminus. Yeah, there it is. Please download my Penn Central 44-seat cars. I spent a lot of time on them, and they're cool. And you can use them on your Penn Central Broadway Limited.
And if you don't,
Please.
he will feel bad. So you should.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I will... And there will be consequences.
There will be consequences. Smurf Mafia.
See?
Smurf Mafia.
Anyway,
It's Mafia.
latest train on Amtrak. What do we think is the everyone place your guesses now for the latest train on Amtrak.
I'll go first. I know 4 was late this morning because I had a friend took a picture of it in Flagstaff. So I'm going to say eastbound 4, eastbound Southwest Chief.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna say the Vermonter. It'll be funny.
The Vermonter. Oh, hold on. Let me check if there's one in the system. Okay, there is.
Funny.
You know, I'm gonna go with Ryan's meme set, and I'm gonna say the Downeaster.
The Downeaster.
Hey!
There is one.
But they're
Pick a direction.
northbound because we all want to go to Maine.
That's true. Dean?
Let's do. I'm trying to think of a really obscure one.
Guess it.
Hold on.
Is
List
there
of
an auto
Amtrak
train on
trains
the network?
of Am.
17 hours late. Again. Bring
List
it
of
back.
Amtrak trains. Let's
Empire
do.
Builder a day and a half late.
Let's do the Palmetto.
The Palmetto. Okay. Let me
Which
find the
direction?
freaking Palmetto.
Is there like a?
There's Carolinian. There's a Piedmont. What number is the Palmetto?
I don't know.
I think it's in the 90s.
I don't see it. The Silver
Okay.
Star. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I found one.
89.90.
89. The Palmetto to Savannah is 4 minutes late. It's not the latest train on Amtrak.
Wow.
The
pretty
Downeaster
good.
north to Brunswick is 8 minutes late. Oh, there's another one that's 6 minutes late. The Vermonter is 2 minutes late at White River Junction. All right, let's go back to the other side of the country now. I can't click on the damn thing. There it is. Southwest Chief Chicago is 4 hours and 50 minutes late. That's the latest train on Amtrak. Good job, Achilles.
Hey.
There's also a
Achilles
3 hour and
is fine.
49 minute late Sunset Limited to New Orleans. There is a 4 hour and 18 minute late California Zephyr to Emeryville. And those are the only ones that are in the black. Everything else is doing mostly okay. Oh, there's also a Canadian that's 3 hours and 10 minutes late, but that doesn't count. Anyway. Okay, I thought... Tyler, I thought you were going somewhere else with your termination here.
Nah.
I'm gonna wrap up the show here.
You did put track 29 in promotions, yes?
Yes.
Good.
It is on the cargoes, so people will see
Excellent.
it down there. Right below the community channel and the Durbin Model Works.
Yeah. Excellent.
Anyway, I would like to wrap up the podcast to tell everyone, no matter your creed, your background, your race, your sexual orientation, your gender, anything like that, or even if you're from New Jersey, Happy Pride Month.
Absolutely.
Dean?
No
I know what it
context.
is. I just downloaded it. Be careful, it just downloads the MP4.
Yeah.
Oh, does it? Shoot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can I?
it's a virus. Dean's sending you all a virus.
No.
I'm glad I have this on my
Let me
computer.
find something different. Damn it.
Nope. It's in there now. You're stuck with it.
God damn it.
Yeah.
It's actually furry porn. That's what Dean sends you.
No.
Dean accidentally uploaded his entire homework folder to the
No.
podcast document.
There's a folder called Sonic Inflation. Did you read a paper about like inflation with the Sonic restaurant?
Listen,
Anyway,
you weren't supposed to see that.
uh, Tyler, I thought this was going to be Olive Garden.
Olive Garden.
I thought it was going to be a link to like a picture of an Olive Garden. Go ahead.
No, it's I've just been listening to this recently, and then you said Italian developer, and
Aw.
it's like, oh, you know.
Tyler, I like this one. Hats off. I love it.
Thank you, Ryan.
This has
I'm
Italian
glad.
restaurant. That's actually
Yeah,
I
and
love.
Vienna.
Ryan and I, we just appreciate each other's work. It's great.
I like it because it also has Vienna and like Michael's Model Railroad Club is in Vienna, Virginia, and like I remember listening to that while on the train there.
Yes,
Yeah.
Vienna is such a great song.
Vienna is a
Right.
great song, and I also do love scenes from an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Casey is the one who introduced me to that song, and every time I mention it and that I like it, they're like, "No, it's so long," and I'm like, "This is your fault."
Yeah.
Anyway, Achilles,
I want CSX 113, 113.
you should get
If
it.
you scroll to the bottom, you can see it there. I'm online. They're doing 113.
You're obviously getting the DCC and sound equipped version, aren't you?
Correct. I'm not a heathen.
Did you already put in the pre-order? Did you put in the
No.
pre-order during the podcast?
No, I don't pre-order.
What is it? Oh, it's an AC 4400. Okay, I just realized I think an
Promise.
AC 4400 CW is the locomotive that is mentioned in the original Zombie Train, and I should have made it 113. I wish I could go back and change it to 113.
Do these work the water quota?
No, they do not.
And then
Big
Ryan,
Mama, don't take my coat of chrome away.
oh jeez,
Yes.
They made a cover of it. You let Doctor Teeth and Electric Mayhem. Come on.
Am I a
great.
man? Or
No,
am
Or
I?
am I a Muppet?
Wrong-
Am I a
wrong song.
Muppet?
Wrong song.
I
It's
know.
it's
It's
what
a
they
great
know.
cover.
Anyway, thanks for coming on the show as usual. Thanks for everyone who is watching and listening, and also thanks to Wes and Steve, of course, for making the loco base. Without it, we would never know how Chunk 3713 exactly is. Thank you to Virtual Railfan for not sending us a copyright strike, and we'll see you all next week. In case of an emergency, call Conrail.
Freeze your brain.